Doing a product review today of the Garmin Vivofit1 and the Garmin VivoSmart HR, which just came out. And the reason you know it just came out is because it is only available in Best Buy until January, which is something that Garmin seems to be doing a lot with their products recently. So after that, though, you can buy it, I think, at any retailer, at Amazon, at Sears, whatever. But you'll notice right away the times are different. And this one on the top, the VivoSmart HR, is correct. The Vivofit1, I've had this for almost a year, and for some reason, it's just decided to pick up a different time. It's kind of close to the real time, not exactly. It says it's 4:11. It's really 3:57. It's kind of annoying. I can't seem to fix it, even though I'm syncing with the cell phone, and the cell phone has the correct time. You'll notice that both of these have plastic bands. They're kind of cheap looking. I don't really care. I prefer the plastic bands. It gives me a little more assurance that this is actually waterproof. The clasps, though, are very different. So the Vivofit1 comes off in 2 seconds. I mean, I actually lost the first two I had and had to go out and buy new ones. And you'll see this red band and this gray band here are actually little clasps that hold it in place. So it just pops in, and you see it has those little teeth, and it pops back in. So these go on top of here to make sure it doesn't come off, and I actually have two of them on there. This one, on the other hand, the VivoSmart HR, is more similar to a traditional watch. It has a little tooth there that you can see. Now, the problem with this, though, is I actually find it pretty difficult to put on when I am by myself. So, something to take into consideration. It's not impossible, it's just more of a pain, but they're both waterproof, so you don't need to take them off once you put them on, in theory. Now, the difference between the two is the Vivofit1, you have to change the screen by clicking. So it's going to tell you your heart rate. Now, it only tells you your heart rate if you have a heart rate monitor attached, which is a chest strap on there. Then it's going to tell you how many steps you've walked today. It's going to tell you how many you need to get to your goal of 10,000. It's going to tell you how many calories you've burned for the day. And then it's going to tell you the time. Now, the date is on a separate screen, whereas the VivoSmart HR has the date and the time on one screen. And look at that, you just slide it. So it looks a little cooler, it's a little slicker, it's a touch screen. I've obviously been wearing this one longer because I have more steps on it. It tells you how many flights of stairs you've walked. Now, this is how many flights of stairs I've walked since I've put this on last weekend, and today is Wednesday. This tells me how many minutes per week that I've exercised. Obviously, I haven't worn it an entire week, so it's just guesstimating. This is how many calories I've burned for the day, how many miles I've walked. This is going to tell you your resting heart rate. Now, it is pretty inaccurate, which is very true of pretty much all optical heart rate sensors. The only true heart rate monitor is one that you can get in a chest strap, and the only ones that carry that is the Vivo2, the Polar Band, or I believe Under Armour came out with one recently as well. So you're back at the time. Now, if you push the button here on the side, it's actually going to track where you ran, how long you ran. It has a timer. It does not have a GPS built into it, so it cannot track your route. I am not a runner, so that was not important to me. It does vibrate. When you get an alert from your phone or you get a text message, it will pop up here. Now, when I say it will pop up here, I'm going to say it pops up maybe 10% of the time. So if you're looking for an activity tracker that can also double as a smartwatch, this is not it. I might even call this a dumb watch. All right. The timer, it can set an alarm, not a timer, with a little clock, but it has to be connected to the Garmin Vivofit. And over here, the Bluetooth, it actually pairs with your phone 24/7. I've tried to do a sync right here, but it doesn't need to do a manual sync because it seems to be syncing in real time. Now, this one, on the other hand, to sync it, you have to hold this button until it says sync. And you can see the battery power is down to 1 bar. I charged this probably 48 hours ago, so not too bad, but definitely much less than the Vivofit 2, which lasts an entire year. But if it doesn't tell you the right information, it really doesn't matter how long it stays on. The VivoSmart HR does require charging, and to charge it, you need to have a USB either in your wall or in your car, or a hookup for this because it does not come with one. So you'll need to provide another device if you aren't able to just plug this directly into your computer. And to charge this, it has little buttons at the bottom. So if you see that, the green lights are actually the optical heart rate sensor, which again do not work very well. So you're going to take this and you're going to plug it into these little holes here at the bottom. And once you hear the snap, then you know it's in. It only takes a few minutes to charge, I would say 15 minutes at the most, so it's not a huge inconvenience. In conclusion, if you could, I think the better option is to just stick with the Vivofit 2. It's going to last you, the battery's going to last forever, it's waterproof, it still does everything you need to do. And again, the extra added benefits of having a smartwatch capability aren't really useful. It doesn't send the notifications. I missed half of my emails. I have 3 different email accounts on my smartphone. It only was sending emails for one account, and even then it only sent, I would say, maybe 2% of all of the emails that were coming through. So not sure if it was a settings thing or not, but I didn't see anywhere that you could change the settings. Also, the heart rate monitor, I did do a comparison. I did not film it. It was off. It wasn't too bad if I was just sitting here, but the heart rate monitor for the VivoSmart HR that's built into the wrist wasn't accurate. But again, there is really no optical heart rate monitor for your wrist that is going to be accurate. The best heart rate monitor is still a chest strap by far. And this has the chest strap, and quite honestly, I don't know how often you really need to know your heart rate 24/7. It's mostly just for burning calories, and I also think it just helps to motivate you when you work out to actually get that heart rate up and see how many calories you burn just for that specific period of time. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week. I do fitness product reviews every Wednesday. Next week, I'm going to be reviewing the Sony Smart Watch 3, which is their latest one, but I believe it came out over a year ago. However, it was really appealing to me because it has the capability, supposedly, for you to listen to music on a Bluetooth headset. So it doesn't play the music from your watch, but when I'm in the gym, I either forget my iPod, or it's not loaded with my right songs, or I forgot to charge it, or something else happens. So I'm hoping that this is a good alternative. So tune in next week and I'll let you know how that went.